Jamie Dornan mentioned in the reason that led to Dakota and Chris Martin's breakup. Dakota Johnson fumbled with her phone. A notification from her personal account suddenly appeared. I, Dakota Johnson, finally have to say it. She trembled, her heart pounding. The split from Chris Martin had been a big deal, but now the real reason would be revealed. The phone screen lit up, and posts slowly appeared on social media. It's not always the other person's fault. Sometimes, you're still losing yourself. Her heart was heavy. Jamie Dornan, who had been Dakota's longtime best friend, who had been by her side during many important moments, was mentioned in a suggestive way. Jamie was there for me, but that's not the reason, she wrote. That night, in her warm but empty apartment, thousands of speculations rang out among her fans. Was there a breakup? Was there a third person? But the sharing only began to reveal a part of it, and the person involved finally spoke up. Past flows through breath. Dakota sits in her living room, watching the flickering candlelight, memories flooding back. When she and Chris Martin met, love began like a gentle, sweet song. They shared every quiet note of the guitar, every story at the coffee shop. Chris gave her a piano version of Fix You in the middle of a rainy London night, making her cry. She gave him the most peaceful smile in the world, but soon, the stage lights and busy schedules divided the space between them. Chris on the big stage, with the crowd cheering, Dakota in the studio, with a challenging new role. The distance grew, not because neither of them was trying, but because at the same time, they didn't prioritize being together. Chris was still trying to finish an album, Dakota was busy filming a new movie overseas. Between them, from the evenings of complete sharing, now only hasty calls in the middle of the night, then gradually fading to the day when no one makes an appointment to meet anymore. Jamie's strange voice. Jamie Dornan, a close friend from college, who had starred with Dakota in several films, entered Dakota's life during a period when she was feeling lost. The two shared every late-night walk in London, every cup of fragrant tea by the flickering lights. Jamie didn't ask for anything, simply wanted to be there, quietly supporting and understanding. On a rainy evening, when Dakota felt too stretched, between two places that were no longer home, Jamie pulled her back. He texted, come home to yourself. I'm here." She drove in the pouring rain to Jamie's house, where the warm, stress-free home made her feel safe. They talked about broken love, she talked about Chris and the feelings that seemed to be quietly draining from her. Jamie didn't object, didn't offer empty advice. He just sat there, listening, empathizing, and giving her space to find herself. For Jamie, friendship had no boundaries. But for Dakota, it was a quiet refuge. The walks, the unspoken words of comfort, became a strong source of encouragement. And then, the thought gradually formed in her, if the person on that side, Chris, couldn't move forward with her, then the person next to her, Jamie, was letting her know she still had value. The real reason and the day it was spoken. In the end, the storm couldn't be contained forever. Dakota chose to write a long status, containing sadness, maturity, and gratitude. Chris is a wonderful person. He made me feel loved, allowed to be myself in an important period. But my heart gradually lost itself. Love is not just two people together, but two people walking forward together. When the road is too long, silence is no longer the way to love, and someone, Jamie, helped me find my heart. But don't mistake that for me leaving Chris. No, I am grateful to Chris, but that is not enough for me to continue. I broke up because I wanted to find myself again, to love more fully, and that is the only reason. I don't hide Jamie. He is a friend, someone who gently touched my soul. But that doesn't mean we are, it's simply, he was there, when I needed him, and I will be grateful for that forever. She posted the post in the middle of the night. Notifications flooded in overnight, each like, each comment pouring in, surprise, support, heartbreak. But she felt relieved. Finally, the truth wasn't a painful stab wound, but an open door to move forward. After the breakup, strange connection. After sharing, Dakota avoided the press, taking refuge in small trips, to Scotland, to green fields, listening to the rustling wind, finding the feeling of being yourself. Jamie was still a friend, still texting, occasionally calling without saying anything, just to ask simply, "Are you okay?" Chris, through fictional sources in the story, still followed from afar. He read Dakota's article, understanding more deeply the feeling of gradually losing yourself when being friends with fame, audience, and pressure. He sent her a message, "Thank you for being me, having the chance to love you." Dakota read it, choked up, and replied, "Thank you for loving me, and until now, still being friends." Jamie visited Dakota on a sunny afternoon. They sat next to each other, without words. Just silently, still Jamie, the one who did not interrupt anything, just there, when she needed. Dakota looked at him, thinking to herself, not every story needs an ending, sometimes, just a new beginning, with yourself. The open end, moving on without forgetting. Dakota added a final line, as if closing a chapter. "I lost a part of myself when I loved. I found myself when I let go. I don't know what the future holds, with Chris, with Jamie, with myself. But I believe, loving transparently and freely is the most important journey. Thank you everyone, for giving me the space to speak." Her story did not end, but it was that free love that opened a new journey. The person involved spoke up, not letting the audience guess, not letting rumors lead the way, but letting the truth, even though it hurts, still set people free.